Hey, everybody. You could really help out the podcast by going to jmohr.com, clicking the Amazon link, and buying whatever you want. Tweet what you bought, and I will talk about it on the show. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you helping us out.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to More Stories, David Bartholomew Koechner.
Bartholomew.
I like your... Thanks for coming in, my man.
Thanks for having me.
How long a drive was it for you? Because
Not too bad. There's a little bit of traffic because there was a wreck on the other side, on the north side
on the north side.
of the 405. So it's a little something, but it's okay. It's worth it to get out here to More Stories.
Is that what that there's a helicopter, for those of you that can't hear, circling my house right now. Were you involved in this accident?
I was not.
No, we're all right.
No, we're okay.
We're
Let's let the natural sounds of the western part of Los Angeles ring out.
You, first of all,
Yes.
you probably lost, I would say, 60 pounds. Am
20.
I right? Huh?
20, but thank you.
What
for
did I
thinking-
say?
You said 60.
You must not have heard me. I work in law enforcement, and I said 20.
No, he doesn't work in law enforcement. I work in law enforcement.
That's Robert Mitchum in the remake of Cape Fear. He goes, "You must have misunderstood me. I work in law enforcement." When he tells Nick Nolte like how to go about getting Max Cady, and then Nick Nolte repeats it all back to him. He goes, "You must have misunderstood me. I work in law enforcement."
I did understand you. I lost 20 pounds.
And it was some cockamamie diet that you explained.
You know what?
to me.
It's not cockamamie.
It sounded like a wrestling technique. Like
It's called forks over knives.
forks over knives. Let's go,
Come on,
gentlemen.
guys.
Left under right. Shark bait, and then forks under knives.
Everybody, give me 10 of them. My cholesterol was high. My blood pressure was high. So I heard about this diet. My brother-in-law told me about it. We were all supposed to, he and I and my buddy Steve Barnett were supposed to do it together. So I started out the first of the year. I think they lasted a week.
They couldn't give up beer.
Beer's hard. But you know what the hardest thing for me was? Eggs. Don't know
Really?
why. I craved eggs. So it was
Just
all
saying
vegan.
that kind of grosses me out.
Eggs. It's all
No,
vegan.
like
Eggs. I craved eggs. I craved your huevos.
It's something I never thought that I would think was gross. Like it's just so ridiculously simple.
You see some yellow eggs.
David, I just crave eggs.
I don't know why. I'd see that like,
Sounds like something a naked trucker would beat into the ground an
Nice.
entire show. I just craved eggs.
But I lost 20 pounds quickly. My wife and I quit drinking for a year because we have 5 kids, and it's like, wow, let's try it and see what happens here.
That's probably how you got the kids. You know what I mean?
Bing bong,
Come
bing
on, you
bong,
fucking
bing bong,
animal.
bing bong, bing bong. Law enforcement. So anyway, I did it for 2 months, pretty good, hardcore. Like no cheese, no oil. It was difficult, but I lost a lot of weight, and then my cholesterol went down, and so my blood pressure. So now I'm back on a semi-normal diet. I don't eat as poorly as I used to.
Yeah, you can't outrun a bad diet.
Right.
Because I used to run constantly, but I
Yeah.
was 210. Like when you and I worked together, and that was like a dream couple of days for me when you were on Gary Unmarried.
Oh, that's so sweet.
As rival wrestling. You were my wrestling nemesis, and then we were both older and overweight, and we just got locked up in some crazy cradle, and we wouldn't let each other go for 2 days.
And in that thing, I couldn't eat. My cholesterol was high. Remember?
No.
The final thing, you were ordering pizza. I was like, I got a salad.
Yeah, I do remember now.
Yeah. And that was actually happening in my real life at the time.
I had I had diarrhea for like 4 years, and they told me it was stress. And then I'm like, I don't have any stress. Like
Right.
it rolls off my back. Like
Yeah.
I'm that guy. And I went to this lady, Dr. Marta Huerta, and she gave me a colonoscopy, John, listen. And then she gave me my prostate exam, a colonoscopy, and I think maybe it's stress, your billboard around town. I'm like, look, if you are going to put a
Your
camera...
billboards around town, did she mention that?
That's what she said to me. Like,
my
maybe it's
gosh.
stress. Because there's nothing wrong with me.
Right.
And she goes, maybe, now we do the endoscopy. We go down the mouth and into, and I go, if you're going to put me under, could you not talk like I picked you up outside Home Depot on Fairfax and you just piled in with 14 other guys to help me move?
And she got very quiet.
Then she wept. Turns out it was stress. She was right.
Are you kidding? Really?
Yeah, because I used to get like panic attacks and
during that time?
Huh?
During that time?
No, back like Saturday Night Live
okay.
and all the way before, and then I got medicated and I had, just problems. And then I think since being medicated with the panic stuff, my body just redirects it into my colon. As George Carlin used to say, right into the colon.
Got to come out somewhere. So now how are you dealing with it now?
With which one? The diarrhea or the stress?
Was this just the diarrhea?
I don't have any stress.
Well, you said you didn't have it before.
I went to acupuncture.
Okay.
And that made me have good stools and libido like bull. Hence, baby.
It's baby. Beautiful. By the way, folks, I just saw the little boy. He is gorgeous.
Meredith.
I love him.
Meredith Daniel. You saw him sleeping in his crib.
Oh, my God.
With, like in a baby photo with his little batukas in the air and with the
nice,
big lips.
fat little chunker. It's great.
Mommy's big lips.
You just want to grab him.
He is pretty special. But you did grab him. And he screamed. Wailing child.
Yeah, I'm a whisperer.
There's no whispering going on. You said you and your wife off mic, and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a new.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Don't start sharing stories more stories off mic. Yes. He said, save it.
Somebody said new drinking game. Anytime Jay says put a pin in that, take a shot. So there's your first shot. It used to be anytime we speak in a black voice. Oh, I don't think so, baby. You better ask Dave Koechner about that Huggies campaign, because if he was a black man, that would be Pampers. You and your wife have a Huggies camp? Aren't you a little old to be wearing Huggies?
Bing bong.
Oh.
Bing bong.
That was a NICU monitor sound.
Was it?
Were any of your kids in the NICU?
One of the twins was for 2 days.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
That's the alarm.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
I don't.
Oh. You should get closer to your kids.
I should.
Be out there hoofing it on the road. Enough of the Anchorman 2,
Right. I can't.
How am I not in that?
Well, you should have been in the original.
Oh, you know what? You and Carell, like you guys.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of hard to. It's like saying, "Hey, you should have been heavyweight champion." I mean, just this Ali guy.
Come on.
I mean, it's you as Brick Tamlin,
you're
right?
Amazing. You got your own television show.
Look, I have no complaints with the way my career has gone whatsoever.
We can't. We're all blessed.
Oh, we do.
I know, but you know what? That does nothing. There's no positive energy in complaining. Complaining just draws you backward. We're both blessed. We've got great careers. We've got great wives. We've got great places. This is awesome.
I know you've never listened to this podcast, but you'll know as we go on. It's a beacon of positivity.
Good.
And your wife and you, and I'm assuming one of your babies, have a Huggies campaign.
Well, we're talking off mic earlier, and I forget why it came up. But
you just wanted to brag.
No, I wasn't
about what kind of showbiz life.
Oh,
I go, that's a nice pool. You were showing me pictures of your daughter in the pool, and you go, yeah, well, me and the wife just got a Huggies campaign. We dropped that in.
No, that's not how it happened, folks.
We're up in
That's
Temecula.
not all how it happened. You were asking about my wife and the things that are going on in her life right now, and I was explaining how great things are happening for her, how amazing things are blowing up for Lee. And she was not in show business when I met her, but then she slowly crept into it, and she did a one-person show. Here's what happened to my wife. 10 years ago, she told me she's going to do a one-person show, and I was like apprehensive, like, oh, honey, I don't think you should get in the show business.
That scares the shit out of you, probably.
Right? Like, oh, baby.
Like, oh, no.
Because I'm like, oh, boy.
Next, she's going to waiting tables at Louise's.
Right.
Like, no, I got a one-woman show at the Tiffany Theater.
She wasn't working anyway.
My husband's paying for it. It's great.
So she does a one-person. She decides to write a one-person show. She tells me it's going to be on television. I'm like, oh boy, baby. So she writes a one-person show. She puts it up in some.
Why can't you say one-woman show?
One-woman show. Fine with me. It doesn't matter to me because the
Title IX.
The name these days are it's a one-woman show. She puts up in Hollywood. Someone sees it. There was a Lifetime series called Life Out Loud. It gets picked up and it gets filmed for television.
Her show.
It was a one-time thing. So then she goes
I just said the show's a beacon of positivity, and I instantly loathe your wife.
Yes. Yeah.
Just, I'll give showbiz a try. Hey, congratulations on the pickup, Lee. Now go get your fucking shine box.
So that worked out. So then little by little she does these things. She does that thing. For years she was trying to get me to do a reality show with her. Like, I'm not allowing cameras in my house, honey.
Yeah, because you can never turn it off. You can never say...
She wanted it. She wanted it to happen. So
she's not doing a reality show.
No.
Okay,
but every day she'd have a new idea, a new pitch. One weekend we're driving to Ojai, and I said, all right, now stop it. Your best idea so far has been backyard talk show, so we'll do that. So I paid for a guy to help her write this thing. We shot a show in our backyard. It was going to be backyard talk show. I figured I'd put the arm on all my show business friends to have to sit with her for half an hour.
Put my arm. That's such a great St. Louis expression.
From near there. Anyway, so she does this thing.
Missouri boy, right?
Yeah. Tipton. So then Jay and I share a lot. We have a lot in common. But anyway, I'll finish my wife's story, more story real quick. So she does this thing. It doesn't go anywhere. She pitched a couple of places. People recognize she's got tons of charisma. Then she submitted it for the Oprah Winfrey's next new talk show thing.
Come on.
Swear to God. 18,000 submissions. Gets down to 200, she's part of that. Gets down to 100, she's part of that. Gets down to 50, she's part of that. Gets down to 20, she's part of that. Gets down to the final 10. She's part of that, of course. Now it's part of the show where she has to go do the show. Now at the same time, I have to take off to Canada to go.
So it's the reality show of which one of these 10 shows are. So it's like America's Top Chef, but America's next TV show for OWN network,
right?
Which I watch religiously.
Of course,
I am a complete daytime. Like I got to watch my serials.
Really, my stories?
Yeah, I watch my stories.
So more stories. Anyway, she's the first person they kick off. Because I realized later, that's
racist.
Well, actually, no, because there's no way that they can allow a woman who hasn't had a lot of hardship, whose husband's in show business, to win the thing.
But to me, that's the angle that makes it good.
It was the best thing that happened.
Oh,
so
okay.
Cut to
let me finish.
Sometime
but
later,
that's probably the best thing that happened.
Sometime later, she'd done another woman's podcast, and this other woman who remember, she starts doing this thing online called the Everyday Family Room, which is just launched. So now she's the host of her own show. And now here's where the Huggies campaign thing came in. Earlier this year, my wife and I got approached by our agent to do an online commercial thing for Huggies and be the spokesman thing, so they give us a little bit of money and some diapers. And I said, let's bring my wife as be part of it. So I was having lunch at a restaurant, and the morning anchors for KNBC approached me and said, "Hey, will you come on our show?" I said, "Yeah, I have to actually talk about this Huggy stuff." So I'll do your show.
You get to bang out one of your media commitments.
Exactly,
and you get it.
You get it. I said, by the way,
oh my God, Kevin and Bean will be fun, and that counts. I'll go on Mark Maron's podcast. That's 2 right there. I'm with you.
So I told them, I said, "You've got to look at my wife's website. Check her out. You're going to love her. All this stuff, right?" They see and they go, "Oh, yeah, let's have your wife on too." So Lee does a segment. I do a segment in the morning news. They come up right after and say to Lee, "Will you be a regular guest on our show?" Like, so she's once a week. She does it
like every day for her is a stool at Schwab's.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said. I said this. Oh, you won't even. I can't even get into the other thing yet. I'll tell you off air. That Schwab's thing happened to her. I swear.
Who's the lady they got it? Was it?
Yes. I can't
Rita Hayworth? Lana Turner?
Lana Turner, I think.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Madonna was sitting on a stool.
Lana Turner sounds right.
At a cafe called Schwab's.
Do you have more people rolling in here? I hear doors slamming. You got a crack staff here.
I do. Or a staff on crack.
Bing bong. He just touched my cock. Don't cut that part. He walked past me, and he put his knuckles to the tip of the head of my penis, or penus. Whatever you want to call it. Penesi.
Usually cups.
He cups normally? That's more genteel. No, I prefer the knuckle, the knuckle to the tip. Is he a sweets fanatic?
Nick put those out for our...
Oh, that's so nice. They're folks. Just so you know, they take care of their guests. They put food out.
Thank you, brother.
This is work for you.
Where do I get these live?
All right. Good night.
Like, ladies and gentlemen, Huggies. Wow.
Anyway.
All right, so
everything's coming up roses for my wife. It's great, and I'm so happy for her. She's got like 5 orange baskets that are just ready to dump. She's writing a book about our...
I don't understand that analogy.
Well, you know, like baskets are ready to tip.
Wouldn't that hurt her head?
It's like it's some kind of game. Like they're all just gonna... They're so full, they're about to tip over.
And you got 5 kids, so this Huggies thing is money. That's a big deal.
Well, you know how it is in show business. You've got to make it however you can. And that was a welcome gift. It's a great product.
It is. My son is sleeping in Huggies number 4 right now. There's Huggies
If you
1.
think they're going to send you a box of diapers, I hope they do.
They might, but you know what? I'm so
Huggies-
happy that you have the gig that I can't even go like, why don't me and my wife have a Huggy? Like, because no, the Koechners are just great people. Like, you're the guy. Talladega Nights, baby.
Yeah.
What was the J? So Huggies 1 through 4, Huggies 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Huggies with wings if your kid's gay.
Right.
Huggies overnights, Huggies cruisers.
Overnights. Wow.
There's like a whole.
I don't know why you are not getting you're next on the campaign.
That'd be great. How many kids do you have? 5.
I
And
have
how
5.
old's the oldest?
Charlie's 13. Margot.
That's a little old to be in Huggies.
Charlie's 13.
Nothing?
Margot's a little bit of traffic because there was a wreck on the other side, on the north side
On the north side.
of the 405. So it's a little something, but it's okay. It's worth it to get out here to more stories.
Is that what that there's a helicopter, for those of you that can't hear, circling my house right now. Were you
could be
involved
related.
in this accident?
I was not.
No, we're all right.
No, we're okay.
We're
Let's let the
okay.
natural sounds of the western part of Los Angeles ring out.
You, first of all,
Yes.
you probably lost. Welcome to More Stories, David Bartholomew Koechner.
Bartholomew.
I like your. Thanks for coming in, my man.
Thanks for having me.
How long a drive was it for you? Because
Not too bad. This is
hey, everybody, you could really help out the podcast by going to jmohr.com, clicking the Amazon link, and buying whatever you want. Tweet what you bought, and I will talk about it on the show. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you helping us out.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I would say 60 pounds. Am
20.
I right? Huh?
20, but thank you.
What
for
did I
thinking-
say?
You said 60.
You must not have heard me. I work in law enforcement, and I said 20.
No, he doesn't work in law enforcement. I work in law enforcement.
That's Robert Mitchum in the remake of Cape Fear. He goes, you must have misunderstood me. I work in law enforcement. When he tells Nick Nolte like how to go about getting Max Cady, and he goes, and then Nick Nolte repeats it all back to him. He goes, you must have misunderstood me. I work in law enforcement.
I did understand you. I lost 20 pounds.
And it was some cockamamie diet that you explained
You know what?
to me.
It's not cockamamie.
It sounded like a wrestling technique. Like
It's called forks over knives.
forks over knives. Let's go,
Come on,
gentlemen.
guys.
Left under right. Shark bait, and then forks under knives.
Everybody, give me 10 of them. My cholesterol was high. My blood pressure was high. So I heard about this diet. My brother-in-law told me about it. We were all supposed to, he and I and my buddy Steve Barnett were supposed to do it together. So I started out the first of the year.